Double the power, twice the fun, this turbocharged GTI might be one of the best cars of the 80s. Let's go back to the very early 80s. Performance was nearly dead. Even the mighty Corvette only had 200 horsepower. Things were nuts. Thanks to the oil crisis and government regulation, muscle cars were fat and slow. Even sporty sedans like the BMW 2002 were simply not made anymore. The US needed a miracle to even keep fun cars for guys like us alive. And in 1983, in came the GTI. Enthusiasts' jaws just dropped. It was a game changer. I mean, you wouldn't think a diminutive little car like this with only about 92 horsepower would matter, but it did. It had great bolstered seats. It had a cool little shift knob at 5-speed. It had 14x6 wheels. It handled well. It was quick, at least in the times. And it was wrapped with sticky Pirelli P600 tires. The GTI came to Europe way before we got it, but in '83 it finally got to the United States. The Rabbit GTI arrived to rave reviews. Even Road and Track raved about this car. They said at an estimated price of $8,500, the Rabbit GTI is the most exciting automotive news of the year. The GTI had a 1.8 liter, which was bigger than the normal Rabbit engine. It had improved handling, and it had more attractive styling, and the blacked out rear hatch, and the blacked out bumpers, and the fender flares. It was pretty cool. It basically started the whole hot hatch concept, and then dominated that segment for years. For some, the 1.8 liter engine wasn't strong enough. It did 0 to 60 in under 10 seconds, but there's always guys wanting things faster. So a guy named Reeves Callaway up in Connecticut, he was a driving instructor, but he started turbocharging. I guess he had a knack for it, and he started picking a few cars of the period that could use a little more power, and one of his first cars that he did was the GTI like this. His goal was to make them more powerful, but still reliable. On the GTI at least, he had a Stage 1 kit, which was somewhere around 120 horsepower, which was about a 25% increase. And then he had a Stage 2 kit with an intercooler, which is what this car has. It's supposedly about 180 horsepower. It's way quicker than a normal GTI. The kit included not only the turbo, but at least on the Stage 2 version, it had an intercooler, it came with an oil cooler, it even had a couple little handling tricks that were added in. You know, as we've seen, this car is now 40 years old. It's still on its original engine, and it still runs great. So his kits were actually fairly reliable. You know, compared to a modern performance car, a new GTI or a new Corvette, you know, it's not that impressive, but compared to a stock Rabbit, it's pretty impressive. I mean, this thing is decidedly quick, and there's a little bit of turbo lag, as all early turbos had, but it's not bad. It's fairly seamless, and it works pretty nicely. Behind the wheel, you've got you know, this iconic but upright feeling car. Honestly, the seats are wonderful. That's probably the strongest part of this car, is the seats are super comfortable, very supportive. The shifting is quick, the handling is quite good. It's a fun little car. It was then, and it still is today. So in its day, certainly was among the best you could get. Today, it's a cool Radwood type car. You know, it's a great car for that, but it is still a small econo-box, and that's what it was then, and it's still that today. So it does not drive like a new Mercedes. Is it quick and nimble and fun? Yeah, but you know, it's 40 years old, and sometimes it feels like it. Is this the ultimate car ever made? Yeah, probably not. Is it the ultimate car to take to a Radwood or other 80s, 90s type event and really get people talking and get people remembering the times? Absolutely 100%. If you like this sort of video, please like and subscribe to our channel. And we're always messing with and writing about cars like this, so go to classicmotorsports.com and check it out. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video and want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. And to see more stories like this, visit us online at classicmotorsports.com.